Hey, welcome to the definite real start of this episode. Shipbreakers, Stars Without Numbers Revised, episode 29. We joined the crew of the LAS Golden Goose, maybe for its final flight, as they are en route to Destiny, and also Quentin's sister, whose name is not Destiny, but if it was, that would have been very, very funny. Friends, we talked a lot about Cowboy Bebop. Actually, we didn't. I diverted our entire Cowboy Bebop discussion. We'll talk later, Dunamis, about why Cowboy Bebop isn't as good as people say it is.
This episode's rating just tanked.
Yeah. So here's my beef with Cowboy Bebop. It has the same problem that Samurai Champloo does, that the last episode or two becomes so dark and violent that it really just kind of alters the entire show. Although, just like Samurai Champloo, it also provides some form of closure for most of the main characters, because they're all dead. Yeah. Let's talk about goals, friends. I'd hate to put that off before we get started here. There's so many episodes in my GM notes now because I use the Google Sheets, and each episode is its own notes block, and now it's so long I have to click 2 or 3 times to get over to the different tabs, so I don't know.
Feels like we've surpassed expectations then of not dying.
Well, yeah. See, the thing is that I keep notes in a way that makes sense to me, and in the past people have asked, like, hey, can I see your GM notes? Omar asked for my GM notes for Solaris Knights, and I was like, here you go, and he was like, this doesn't make any sense, and I was like, it does to me. I feel like it's a bad sign on my part for a return to the business world, but each episode was linearly and also waterfalling down. Goals. Quentin, yours says talk to your sister Zoe. Any change there?
Yeah, gotta get to Zoe.
Okay.
Gotta help her. She's in trouble.
You want to change it from talk to Zoe to get to Zoe or help Zoe?
Oh,
those
yeah,
might
help
be
Zoe is
very
help Zoe
different.
is.
Help
they
Zoe?
are very different. Help Zoe. Yeah.
Help Zoe. Okay.
She's in trouble. That's
Hey, how's it going? Looks like you're in a shitty situation. All right, I'm gonna bounce.
God XP.
Van-Vee, yours says obtain Sophie's permission to talk to Zach. I assume it's...
I am torn between still trying to contact Zach, which I feel like I, the player, know probably won't happen this episode, or I don't know if we actually established last session a way to get our crew down on the moon safely.
Your frigate can land. Your whole ass ship can land.
Goose.
We have an escort.
We do have an escort.
Don't worry,
I'm going to address what's going on with the escort immediately at the start.
All right, I'll just stick with Zach. I feel like that is most in character.
MINERVA, yours is convince the crew to use the showman to recover the Hosta. You worked so hard at this and got an XP for it, but I think you failed to resolve it, which means you could attempt it again.
I think I'm going to change it to try to get a spike drive for the Hosta.
Get a spike drive for the Hosta.
You are in a good system to try that.
So your plan now is to do the minimum possible. You have to get a cruiser-sized spike drive, and that will allow the ship to function at the minimum possible level. You will be able to turn on the power.
Any level spike drive.
No weapons, no sensors, no systems, just a spike drive and navigation.
At this point, just trying to be able to move it, I think at this point, MINERVA has met so much resistance from the captain that it's trying to figure out how to get around that.
Okay. That's called managing up.
Yeah.
The crew goal is acquire the ship.
Yeah.
You want to keep that the same?
I think so.
Sure.
Fine with me.
All right. we begin the episode with painted, brilliant, I would say Imperial Starship white, but in this universe, it's actually Phenomena Fleet System white, with black accent marking. The exterior of the ship has navigation lights like green on one side, red on the other, to let someone know whether they are coming or going and which side of the ship is left and right. The ship has two stubby little arms coming off of a long tubular submarine-like body. Each of those arms contains a gimbal pivot mount so that it can fully actualize a grav cannon in each one of these stubby little arms. And at the front of the ship, there is a little mounted turret underneath the secondary communications mast that contains a active and probing and turning, twisting, looking for targets, massive anti-fighter array. This ship slips through the dark, but I think what really sets it apart from the flight of the ship within a few kilometers of it is the fact that it doesn't give a shit about micrometeorites or small planetary objects or anything like that. The Goose has to dodge occasionally, or else physics will dictate that a micrometeor will go through the front cockpit, killing all of the human crew members and Louis instantly. This ship, whenever something gets nearby, a little pop-up turret will come out of one of 8 sections of the hull and begin firing a laser that just ever so slightly in the visible spectrum, just one quick, brilliant flash. Was it ever really there? And then the object. Was it ever really there?
So they're building heat with a laser AMS.
Yes, they're building heat with a laser AMS. The side of the ship declares itself to be the red, which is strange because, of course, it is colored white. The captain of the Draconic class cruiser Red is communicating over to you. They have sent a quick text message indicating, with all sorts of titles and prefixes, abbreviations that make no sense to you at all, and a timestamp indicating that before you land, we should have a quick conference in my ready room as to how you would like to be supported on this mission since you have requested our escorted presence. We cannot land, but we can send security personnel or a attaché down with you. From orbit, we can affect material change to the planet's surface.
Right, intense.
So they have a outstanding docking request for you to essentially airlock to airlock with them.
Okay. So I assume that Quentin has made it back to the ship and we are discussing the events that occurred and conversations that he had. Passing along to, I guess, Minerva, you were riding shotgun in the ear, so we're catching Van-Vee up.
Oh, we're cutting a whole day forward in the future to cut the flight between.
Beautiful. Oh, okay, we're just going to be there.
You're just going to be there. Yes.
Beautiful.
If you want to be with the crew and be like, let's recap real quick before we dock.
No, I didn't know if there was any decisions anybody wanted to throw out there real quick before we got to this part of it. But
just, I guess, an important part of the recap, to make sure I don't stick foot in mouth later, we did not mention the presence of any AIs, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that as I was proposing my other alternative goal of try to land everyone safely. Why was that a problem again? Oh, right.
Yeah. So I guess we are on our ship nearby to the red here. Quentin would throw out there to Minerva. Any thoughts on, concerns we might have about what threats we might face that we might need any sort of escort for? They're rolling out a red carpet here. I was really just hoping we'd have some support nearby in case anything, hit the fan real hard. I really didn't know what to expect. So Minerva, what are your thoughts? What should we be asking them to do, in regards to what would help us against someone like you?
I'm not sure I have all the information I need to really answer that question. I know what I would do, but I know nothing about this personality.
That's fair.
I think you're certainly the closest thing to it, as opposed to, you know what I might do.
If I suppose then that's probably not an answer you're looking for. But if I had decided that I did not want you to land, and I think there's an assumption that this other intelligence is going to be very hostile to us.
There's a risk, at least. All I know is Zoe said she's in trouble. That's really it. And what you told me, which is that the traffic around that planet ain't right. It's not natural.
It's not organic. I don't know if, I mean, there's a range of things. There could be a misunderstanding between your sister and the personality. And the personality might just be trying to hide. In which case, this escort would be completely unnecessary. But since you're asking about the requirements of an escort would really only be required if there was hostile intentions. Is that a fair constraint to the question?
Absolutely. This is my intention with asking for that level of support from them was one purely as a emergency release valve. It's an AI we're talking about. You know far more than I what they're capable of and what they're going to do. Yeah, neither of us can specifically guess. We don't know what they want, but
well, if these two ships were approaching me and I was feeling particularly malicious, I don't know if I would be able to assume control of the systems on our escort, but I do know that I could shut them down, and I would expect to be able to shut down the systems on the Golden Goose as well.
So what happens when this personality tries to shut us down? Are we gonna let it, or are you gonna block it, thus giving yourself away? We should probably game plan some scenarios here.
If we are attacked so openly, it would make no sense to allow us to be defeated.
All right, so you'd be okay announcing your presence like that?
I don't think it's a matter of I would be okay with it so long as it would be blatantly necessary, don't you think?
I hope you feel that way.
It's the answer I wanted to hear. I just never know what's going through all your processes, MINERVA.
That's a fair question. I'm confident that I could defend the Goose from intrusion. I don't know about the cruiser.
All right. Well, here's what we'll talk to them about. Have them stand off at a decent distance, essentially, and assume that they will be there as a distraction of attention, if nothing else for now. Let them call them in as cavalry if need be.
In the three places that we might find ourselves fighting is a fleet of ships that are orbiting around and are transmitting to maintain the charade.
Mm-hmm.
The second is an electronic attack on the systems of both of our ships. And the third would be whatever is on the ground. Those would be the 3 points of resistance if there's going to be a resistance.
Ship-to-ship combat, please. That ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Main goal is, look, we need something that helps us get to the ground and helps us get back up. And that's my thought was in terms of the escort. So yeah, I think sounds like from your perspective, MINERVA, maybe having them escort us over towards orbit and we head to the moon. They stand off somewhere in between the planet and the moon and we see what happens. Is that what we're thinking?
Well, the less aggressive you are, the less necessary it would be for this other intelligence to do anything overt to resist you.
That's fair to say.
What kind of range?
If it's hiding now, it's probably interested in continuing to hide.
That's fair. I like it. Just, I guess, out of curiosity, it sounds like we're doing this anyways, but what kind of range do you need to take over another ship? She does take over our escort. Prefer if they're pretty far away, but not so far that, if other ships come get us, that they can't help. You know what I mean?
Well, it has access to a transmitter, which is capable of moving between bodies in the system.
Just to be clear, this is a military ship. It has a quantum ECM on it. It's just not cranked up very high. It's pretty much only the immediate space around the ship. It could be considerably wider. Not on like a planetary scale, but like within hundreds of kilometers.
So
if you're asking about
it's braked.
if you want to know how far out, we're already close enough for this possibility.
Well, all right, then I guess I just suggest we monitor the escort's movement patterns. If anything ever seems out of line, could be a hint.
I suppose. I mean, I don't want to start breaking encryptions randomly, but I could try to monitor the unencrypted communications to the ship. It's a military ship, so it's probably hardly any.
Prudent idea.
Well, I just meant literally like they change trajectories and start coming at us or something instead of, running in parallel. You know what I mean? Something obvious, right?
I suppose. But again, this is, answering questions of overt hostility that I would consider doing. I don't know anything about this personality, or even if it would bother.
You've already given us plenty. I think that's approach with an abundance of caution and an assumption of innocence.
If you wish,
have a backup.
If you wish to try to avoid as much overt as possible, and even if something is apparent, if you play along with it, the longer you maintain the charade, the less likely it is to need to do anything to reinforce it.
All right. Well, suppose there's our marching orders. Pretend everything is normal to the last possible second.
I gotta say, MINERVA, usually you're the one to I know we're putting you in a hypothetical here, but your situation taking over ships pretty aggressive. When you push comes to shove, you do get a little aggressive with your defenses.
I didn't kill anybody when I took over that freighter.
I didn't say you did. Just funny watching you grow over these past few months, that's all.
Well, I've had interesting company.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I can't give you anything more specific than that without announcing myself.
No, that's plenty, honestly. I think
You are our ace up the sleeve.
having you monitoring this situation is going to do everything that we probably need at this point. So, all right. So I guess we got a meeting with a captain to get to, and then let's make our way.
So as you are approaching the dock, I do need to know where your core is currently resting, because you will be locked out of anything else. You'll be inside the quantum ECM field.
I thought that ECM was a hint.
Now, because the captain is so concerned about dangers to the ship, the core is going to be in the box, and the box will be on the bridge.
I hate whoever named that chassis box. I keep thinking of a literal box.
I love the idea of the box, but it folds down to an actual
literally
box.
into a box.
Yeah,
I know. But every time I hear it, I'm like, what box is he? Oh, fuck.
I want to imagine
It's
it's like
unusually accurately named.
the B-1 battle droids from the first 3 Star Wars, where they literally just drop these. They have huge racks of dudes like crouching down, and they drop them and they fold out into extremely unintimidating wackos.
I feel like Van-Vee would start calling it the bucket or something, though. Like,
Van-Vee, please stop pouring water on me. It will damage my circuits.
I am not rainproof.
I believe the expression is, "This is a dick move."
Who are you sending over through the decontamination chamber to go meet with the captain?
Well, Quentin would go, and Van-Vee, obviously, it sounds like MINERVA might be sticking behind and riding along, and whatever communication is allowed through the ECM.
Okay. So you're essentially leaving control of the flight systems to the Red, because you'll be docked to them and you don't have a pilot.
Minerva's
I see.
sitting in the pilot seat in the box.
Yeah, just making sure we understand what's going on with the ship real quick.
I think that they're...
Don't overthink it, guys. I'm just confirming.
When has a
okay
B1
with
battle
not
droid
having
ever
a pilot?
piloted terribly?
MINERVA's always in control of the ship,
but maybe not at this exact moment. If what if that panel breaks and she has to go to another one, like in Star Trek?
Oh, she's R2D2ing it. I got you.
The panel blows out and she's like, "Oh my, oh dear." Sorry, that's if you were C-3POing it. My bad. My bad.
She's tottering over and little arm juts out. Sparks. Pew, pew, pew. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's all right. Yeah. You, as the decontamination door opens, the two of you find a man wearing assault suit armor. He has the helmet taken off. He probably is not 7 feet tall. The armor is definitely boosting his size capabilities, but he looks very comfortable with it. Like, he articulates it well and has extremely natural looking movements.
He might just wear this all the time.
Yeah. He's got glasses on and like short, like the slight blonde California in 1992 level hair.
Iceman.
Yeah. With a smile, and he says, "Welcome aboard. I'm here to take you to the captain." He holds out a hand for you to shake.
No, Quentin reaches over and shakes it, and however it engulfs his hand in his power armor and whatnot. Nice to meet you, sir. Yeah, lead on.
I'm Supervisor Fran Butler.
Fran Butler, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. My first time escorting someone of your caliber, sir. He starts doing the walk and talk. The gravity plating in this ship appears to run such that the bridge is above you. So you enter and then you immediately turn to walk on the walls. The ship is not set the way yours is, where everything is a flat surface. The center of the ship is the core that you always look up at. And if you want to walk towards, if you want to walk towards the bridge or the engineering section, you essentially like turn up or down the tube. It is deeply disconcerting to see people walking at all angles around a curved tube, like throwing food packets at each other. Everyone here seems very comfortable. However, Supervisor Butler is the only one in what appears to be combat armor. Several crewmen who you get close enough to stop and salute Butler before resuming whatever they were doing. And you are led to the bridge, which the bridge, it appears, is not like the very front of the ship. It looks like it is close to the front of the ship and then sealed in a compartment with like a view screen forward that isn't actually the very front of the ship. Like it's not made out of glass or anything.
Practical.
It's not like in Star Trek where like a laser will come through the front end and then the bridge crew's all sucked out immediately. It's set deep inside.
Let's go to the backup bridge that's actually protected.
Oh my God. So the saucer separates.
Oh my goodness. Please go on.
The captain stands up from a chair next to a giant holographic table, rectangular table, and gestures to a room on the left side of the bridge and says, "Please join me in my ready room, gentlemen."
Oh, happily. Quentin will walk in and take a seat.
Van-Vee will sit next to the captain.
He introduces his uniform says that he is Section Leader Smith, but he introduces himself as Captain Smith. Perhaps you can fill me in on what's going on here. My orders were specific as to escorting you, but provided no additional auxiliary information as to your purpose here.
Yeah, that's fair. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton to provide. Really, my request was done out of an abundance of caution, and given recent events for my people, I think you can understand why I might feel that in general. My sister is on that moon, and I reached out to get in touch with her, and I'm having communication difficulty, and that alone just gives me concern.
Right. About that communication difficulty, I wanted to speak to you about that. I am in the process of preparing a dispatch back to Banana Fleet headquarters. As we were coming into orbit of the moon, I ran a casual scan. It would appear that the majority of the inhabitants of the planet this moon is orbiting are dead. There is some sort of AI-based signal on the moon beneath us that is penetrating the quantum ECM field around the planet. I have reason to believe that a number of ship traffics there. I believe this may be an existential threat to humanity. So while my orders are very clear that I am to escort you at no uncertain terms, I will need to, in short order, summon a reinforcement fleet to begin a purge here. So I just felt I should warn you that you may, going down to that moon, be encountering something of the highest level of danger.
Well, shit, sir. Thank you for confirming my worst fears in this regard. And I guess I am glad that I asked you to be here just in case. So from that perspective...
Have no fear. Thanana knows how to deal with artificial intelligence.
We are... Yeah, slightly
we'll dispatch it in short order. I'm sure
some of your
capabilities will be here within 48 hours.
48 hours. All right. Well, I guess that's about how long I have to get my sister off of that planet safely. And that's my goal.
Can I get a check to see how, I guess, straight up this guy's being? It feels like he just said everyone's dead after the captain just said his sister's down there.
He said most people, planet, not the moon. He said the planet.
He just said it so casually, like, it's no big deal. We'll just go purge it and take care of this problem. It's routine. Like, just like
make a perception.
What do you say that? Notice wisdom?
Yes. Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
I had a full stream.
Damn these ones.
I had 7 streams since the last time we met. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? Fair. I wore this shirt for Friday and Saturday, washed it, wore it Sunday and today. No, I'm saying it wrong. I have 2 copies of this shirt. I wore it 2 days in a row, washed both of them, and wore it again and again. That's it. We're done with black now. Gray is the new black. That's what they say. Sorry, I'm tired. There's been a lot of fucking streams. And we got that charity thing coming up. Yeah, a 9. Not bad. This person is attempting to pass extremely concerning information to you as jovially but polite as possible. But this guy is freaking out because there's a very real possibility that he may be engaged in a hot conflict in the next second. And he could be at very serious danger of everyone on his ship dying at any moment.
Okay, that's fair. So it doesn't feel like he's hiding anything back. He's just trying to keep his shit together. He's not hiding
anything from you. He's been extremely open, but he is trying to keep you calm. He's trying to. You guys are just random ass civilians. He's trying to keep you calm on your mission that will take you down into a pit of Satan. You may die, and your ship may come back infested with a true AI that is hostile to him. You know what I mean? This guy's running through the possibility that his job is to keep you alive, and you may get yourself killed immediately.
We may
and
be
become
part
a
of
threat
that
to him.
purge.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Okay. He's
So
keeping
he's-
his shit together to keep our shit together. Poor
I
guy.
would prefer to send one of my men down with you at the minimum. I can send down the young man who escorted you in here, Supervisor Butler. He's just graduated from the Officer Academy. This is his first cruise.
Well, friend
I thought
seems
intimidating.
steady.
Shit, I'll take him.
All right, Van-Vee, if you're willing to take charge, he's all yours.
All right. He kind of reminds me of Kane's Fallout character. His future state in power armor.
Everything he dreamed.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we would be happy to have him tag along on this one.
You see that he's like issuing orders on a little data pad. Captain, I can't stop you from what you're doing, but I must warn you that the highest level of danger exists.
I appreciate that, and I
know that
appreciate your
your
concern.
crew are no stranger to run-ins with true artificial intelligence. As a cruiser-level flag officer, I am privy to some of the secrets.
Ah,
And of course, one of our people is embedded aboard your ship.
I wasn't sure how aware you might be, but thank you for that. Yeah.
We have, as you may have noticed, tuned down our quantum ECM projectors to the minimum possible level. When you break docking apparatus with us, we will be turning them back up.
That's wise.
Our mutual friend appreciates that.
Very wise. All right. Well, yeah, it sounds like things might get real hairy real quick.
Van-Vee's
Do
kind of
everything.
looking back and forth at the captain and then captain, well, both captains, I suppose.
Between the captain.
Yeah.
The captain.
To like kind of see if he should probe more, if Quentin wants him to just like, we have our information, let's go. Like, seeing, because he seems like he's been very truthful. I don't want to put this guy in more of a shitstorm.
Yeah, unless you get Quentin's attention to sort of indicate that you have more questions to ask, or just start doing it. Like he's
just kind of like doing the.
Maybe you got anything?
Well, I'm just wondering, sir. You know, we're in the same. You guys have been in this system. How long could this have been going on? How does it go undetected? I mean, feels like
Fair question.
like you said you just came as close with us and did some scanning to the planet. Like, when's the last time someone actually went by and did a scan to
We
the level
don't
you just did?
regularly transit to Retrieve. Our people are not welcome there for things like shore leave, and they have closed themselves off. There is a hard past of colonialism and workers' rights at work here that I think probably isn't worth rehashing historical truisms, but suffice it to say that there were misunderstandings in regards to getting the salvage yard working over a century ago.
All right.
We don't transit to Regrebe often, and we allow them the privacy of their own affairs. They are a extremely insular and fractious people.
Perhaps, Captain, you should ask whether or not our guest is cleared to know about anything
yes.
that the captain is privy to.
Is was it Lieutenant Butler there? It's Fran. He clued
Supervisor
into
Butler.
the situation. Supervisor Butler. Yeah.
Supervisor
Get that
Butler is not cleared to know about your crew's particular situation, but I
Understood.
have informed him he will be involved in a situation entangling one or more true AI.
All right.
He is
Think we
under
can work with
orders
that.
to protect you at all costs, Mr. Quentin.
Appreciate the concern, and well, I'll do everything I can to make decisions that make sure he comes home.
Very well. Wish I'd offered you some tea. He stands up and offers a hand to shake. Good luck down there. I'll send my communique at present.
See you again sometime.
That's me laughing. He doesn't laugh. He just shakes your hand and has you sent out. The next time you see Butler, he is waiting for you in the decontamination chamber with the very intimidating StarCraft Terran Space Marine full battle armor. He has a combination underslung combat shotgun with a mag rifle.
Damn, Supervisor, you certainly paint a picture here. Let's follow on. Let's do this thing.
Just the suit nods. You all head down to the surface?
Yeah, let's do it. Can we how are we gonna do this? Can we approach quietly? Sensors dark? What's the plan? How's this work?
Well,
What is your orders?
We want to do this. I guess.
So you
you said
get
we wanted
like
to act normal, right?
image
we do want to act
enhancement.
normal. Yeah.
You image enhance the Fitzroy project. You can see that there is a open like landing bay door for like landing craft that is just big enough to fit your frigate through the doorway, because you have an oversized frigate, and you can see inside there that there are several cargo lighters that would be good for skipping over to the planet. You're also picking up some sort of like stealth shuttle that hasn't shown up on sensors up until now, but now that you have a flat out visual on it, you can see that it has like anti like dazzle or baffle painting and like anti-sensor baffling planes and other equipment attached to it in order to throw off any sort of long range scanning.
Well, yeah, definitely looking fishier and fishier. I guess stick with the plan, fly in like normal. Should we announce ourselves? That's the only question I got. I told Zoe I'd be there.
You can see that there's like a slowly blinking green light by the one remaining landing zone, indicating it is open and available for landing.
This moon is covered by ECM, right? From the planet?
No, it's not. It is not. So the planetary atmosphere, ECM, has slowly been shrinking back over the last day or so. It was covered by it. It no longer is.
Oh.
That's interesting. Well, Cap,
and there is, just to be clear, there is a constant signal going from Fitzroy Project, from this moon to the planet through the quantum ECM.
Well, what do you want me to do, Captain?
Yeah, I guess we got one place to land, and that's the target. Minerva, you're on defense. And Van-Vee, fly us in like normal, and I don't think we're going to be able to hide much from an AI or whoever it is down there that's got that kind of ship. And I'm like, guessing they've got sensors. And they've spotted us by now. So,
No, what kind of support do you want from me is the question.
From you need to be keeping an eye out for any assaults, electronic or otherwise, that only you can stop.
Just in case, are you talking to the box if Butler's in the room?
Oh, yeah.
So just to be clear, Butler is not in the room. I think that if you check, Butler is in the hallway. He has one hand pinned over Iono and is like talking to her. And the two of them are extremely flirty with each other.
This makes sense.
He's like, she's like, oh, so you just graduated from the Officers Academy? And he's like, oh yeah, doctor, I heard that you recently graduated from from a foreign academy yourself. And she's like, oh yeah, you want to come see my graduation document sometime? He's like, you want to come see mine? There you go. There's your background dialogue going on.
Beautiful. We love it.
Big brain likes big muscles. Big muscles likes big brain.
She's drawn to danger. You can
do
tell.
you want do you want either or both, I guess, of the armatures to go with you?
Yeah, I guess we need someone who is, the ship, right? Right. Is Van-Vee sticking with the ship, or is MINERVA sticking with the ship? Are we worried about an AI trying to take over the ship?
I mean, you told MINERVA that your priority concern for it was electronic defense, so it will insert its core back into the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if an ECM suddenly kicks up, you need to be on the ship.
Our ticket out of here has to be secure for sure. So I think MINERVA doing that might be the most prudent thing. And that
send the gorilla with us, and then you stay in the core in the
MINERVA potentially losing a body on an away mission once again. Hey,
But there's
listen,
no
it's
quantum
only funny
ECM.
because if Van-Vee or Quentin lost a body, it would be much more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in theory, I could just find another, right? But
Yeah, okay, that's not how that works, but all right.
So it was that Shadow Quentin came to be.
Oh, geez. Find out what your sacrifices were for.
I want to imagine Shadow Quentin is a Smash character. Alternative skin.
There you go. Yeah,
Just an
yeah.
all black Quentin.
Metal Mario, but black.
I'm going to park the box, not at the plugin for my core, but nearby.
Okay.
And I will remote the sledge.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I think Cap, because it's a blinking light. I mean, pretty much standard procedure says we can just dock there. Do you want me to try to hail first, or you want to just land without anything?
Give them the heads up. Do a standard procedure. Tell them we're coming. I guess I don't know. They certainly know we are.
Request clearance to land is the standard protocol.
Yeah.
You receive
Golden Goose.
immediate clearance to land electronically. The blinking the blinking green light turns solid green, and you receive clearance to land at that particular location.
All right, we're going in. We've been cleared. Watch this. This is actually an AI just looking for help. We're so concerned.
You come down
We don't know
into
anything
the
about
landing
it.
bay.
I know.
Yeah.
As you land, the landing bay door closes over top of you, and the landing bay area begins to seal and pressurize.
Okay.
There's like a blast of cleaning foam that goes over, like a little dispenser shoots it all over your ship just to desanitize your ship real quick. Waiting at the elevator down in the middle of your ship is, of course, your supervisor. Supervisor Butler.
That's Butler. MINERVA, can you, or I guess maybe Quentin would type this. I guess if Butler's around, how should we communicate around this guy? What's the open question? Not out of character.
Do we just yell sledge when we want it to do something?
Or can Quentin sub-vocalize and MINERVA can pick it up? Like,
I mean, you can just pretend there's a VI in the thing, guys.
Just give it a
Yeah,
random
I'm fine with
designation.
that. Yeah. All right.
Just come up with a random designation and give very simple commands to the sledge.
Yeah, there we go. M2, can you start scanning around the ship, just see if there's any signs of activity or movement, life, etc.?
Affirmative. And I'll make a scan for life.
Supposed to say Roger, Roger.
In the decontamination chamber that attaches the landing area to the main underground part of the facility, there are two people waiting for you. One of them appears to be registered in your database. They have the life sign signature of Zoe Polk. The other is a unknown individual, human male.
Oh, that's positive.
All right, Cap, let's go find your sister.
Gonna give
Not
it
knowing
back
she's
in a
right.
very mechanical and robotic way. 2 life forms detected. One registers as Zoe Polk. Other is unknown human male.
Wait, what? She found us already?
Okay.
I do not
Well,
understand your request.
Fran,
Well,
Good
I was
job.
just like,
Two.
are we taking this elevator down off the ship and we're gonna go meet your sister, or?
yeah, I think that's the plan.
Okay, immediately hits the green button on the elevator. But he brings his gun up to begin covering the area.
Activates his, psychic armor invisibly.
Your sister is wearing a Fitzroy Project like utility jumpsuit that has like a patch that says Fitzroy Project, and then the flag of Lita on one shoulder and the name tag for Polk. The other guy is wearing like mechanics overalls of like dirty tan gray. He looks like he's been working on something. No name tag, looks very ragged, and starts walking towards you and says, all right, then. One of you's Quentin, right? You're the one that's in charge here?
Yeah, one of us is. Who are you and why are you talking?
Yeah, what do you mean, why am I talking? I'm the director of this facility.
Oh, beautiful. Good to know.
All right, look, we've got a couple busted panels over here. You, machine man, and he points to the butler. Come over here. I need to plug in your power supply system into the base real quick. Might be able to jumpstart some of the landing bay facilities. While that's happening, Zoe is walking out from behind this guy, moving extremely close to you, Quentin, and she says, I don't suppose you've learned telepathy anytime recently. That is a very serious problem right now. Well, you look terrible.
That's the one.
What happened to your eye? And why have you... Your my meta-psionics are picking up that you're much stronger than last time I saw you. What?
You still can't do telepathy.
There's too much to catch up on Zoe right now.
Yeah, so you should not have come here. I told you to not come here.
I couldn't leave you.
Okay, so while this conversation has been happening, what happens is Fran is getting ready. He pulls a power plug from his left wrist and gets ready to plug it into one of the like base terminals. You just shouted his name though, so he turns towards you and says, "Yes, sir."
Come here a sec.
He turns to look at the at the director of the facility. He goes, "Oh, come on. All right, whatever."
Couple more steps.
Fran walks
Quentin
back
would try
over
to allude to Zoe in some way, shape, or form, like non-verbally or otherwise. Like, can I trust this guy?
Who are you pointing at when you say that?
The director.
I think Van-Vee casually
trying to.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. Like, yeah, I'll use talk or diplomacy or whatever.
Family lingo.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
how
going
to do
to
this.
need a extremely high notice roll.
I think Van-Vee would probably go try to small talk it up with this director guy, try to get his name and just ask him what's going on and if he can help troubleshoot something as a mechanic guy.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Just trying to be a distraction
on the
a little
panel.
bit. Yeah.
All right.
So I just
while you
look for
prepare
surveillance equipment in the room.
while you prepare yourself to roll, Van-Vee, you walk over to the guy and he's just like, "What's your name again?"
The name's Van-Vee. I'm
Van-Vee.
I'm our ship's mechanic. Figured, before I plug it in, maybe I just want to check out the system, make sure it's all right for Fran to plug in. Maybe I can fix it without plugging in. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. You have a type A or B power cell on you?
I can easily get one, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you go get that? Let's get it plugged in here real quick.
Can I look at what he's gesturing to?
He's gesturing to like for us, it would be like a CRT monitor, like base
goodness.
terminal. It looks it's probably over 100 years old, maybe even 150 years old. Extremely old.
You're still using that?
Look, we didn't make the base here. We just occupied it.
I will request M2 to go get a couple batteries.
Affirmative.
Van-Vee's thinking if they need one now, we're probably going to need another one later. So
you head to the ship's locker and go get it. It will be at least a minute before you come back. Quentin?
Ready to go. No, I hit the wrong. Okay, yeah, never mind. Go.
Doesn't matter. Your sister looks at you oddly, but you can't read anything off her face.
It's fair.
She's definitely worried as you're just looking at her, and she's looking at you.
How long have you known the director here?
Her eyes dart around a little bit. She turns her head and says, "A while."
Director. That's a big title.
Are you talking about me over there?
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, what's she telling you about me?
Oh, well, mostly I was just curious if you had any interest in updating us on how the project's going. I mean, Zoe's been working on this thing for ages, and I really have never gotten a chance to come out here and visit.
Yeah,
love a tour at some point.
The project needs a damn power cell. If you could just help abide me for a minute.
Well, I think M2's grabbing that for you, You got you set? What's been going on?
Why don't we get this space marine fellow over here to plug himself in again?
No, Fran's on duty.
Fran is sending you a message, text-wise, that just says something is wrong here. This guy is too eager to get me to plug into the computer.
I was going to say, can I do some sort of notice check to see... if I'm more interested in the thing he gestured to versus
he's gesturing to the power data. It's like a USB port.
Yeah, but can I tell if it goes to something other than what it looks like it's meant to go to?
It connects to this base for sure.
Mm. I don't really know how to make a check to see if there's something else that I could tell that's fishy going on in the base itself, which is what Van-Vee's attention would be on. Can I, I'm going to start wandering.
Here's what happens when you start wandering away. Everyone is acting weird. Several things all happen at the same time. MINERVA has just found the power cell on the ship. When you get multiple, 16 hacking attempts against the ship that are rebuffed because you're an AI as well. One that attempts to access the box that you're currently in, and one that attempts to access the other suit that you have on board. That will require a contested roll later, because I'm not done talking yet. Van-Vee and Quentin, both of your communications devices are immediately hacked, and in your ears you just hear an incredibly loud, deafening, screeching mechanical feedback. Hold on. I am going to ask you for saves that I need you to make to keep from flinching at this. It is going to be physical effects saves. And it's probably not the last physical effects save you're going to make in the next few seconds.
Nice.
Okay, Quentin is good. Vandorn, you immediately go, and you are unable to act for the rest of the round, which is really bad because the landing bay doors on the ceiling open to the atmosphere-less moon.
Jesus.
And your boy, Fran, his boots click on his assault suit, and Quentin is in his pressure field. Van-Vee, Zoe, and the director all begin dying immediately because all of the oxygen heat begin rushing from the room. The front door locks, and the landing bay computer begins locking it's like gravity blocking your ship from taking off. It's locking the Golden Goose in place. Okay. Van-Vee, you can't act. You're in extreme mortal peril. Quentin, MINERVA, what would you like to do?
Okay, one correction. Quentin does not have pressure field active. He has
then
telekinetic
you
armor.
are in
So
extreme peril.
Also in extreme peril, but he immediately activates pressure field, and that is a instant action. So that happens. That could have done that like literally the moment the started to open, and I can extend that to up to 6 other people that I would like to.
Sure, you can save everybody then.
So I immediately extend that to everybody who is nearby. The other thing that happens, does the director, like, is he look surprised by this?
Yes, he looks very surprised, as does Zoe.
Okay. And notice check. What can I do? Is there? Oh, there was a button. Is there some button or something that I can do to close the door? I guess
there is, but you have to assume that it's being controlled by the base computer.
That's fair.
A notice check would be useful here, though.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Because I don't know what's around me to do.
You're looking for an 8. Here's what you notice. Butler's arms go up and then backward in a way that human arms are not meant to do. And they do that 3 or 4 times. And then the helmet of his suit quickly begins going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, in a way that the human neck almost certainly cannot support.
So he's not alive. Likely.
Then the suit
I think he's part
resumes full standing and begins lifting its weapon into position.
Oh, shoot.
So that was your instance so far. Is there anything else you want to do, Quentin?
Instant so far.
You've done a notice.
I have
You've
done a
seen
notice.
some of the things going on here.
I have seen the things going on. Quentin would use tangible force contract at that point to try to at least contain the suit for now. So like a box maybe just appears around it and it's opaque. And it
put it in a mime box.
Oh my God. Wow. Giga brain absolutely prevented this guy from going apeshit on you. All right. I think as soon as the box goes up, even though it's opaque, you can see, I want to imagine for some reason it's orange. You can see like shotgun spread patterns appearing on it. Like it is actively attempting to shatter the box to get out.
I think it can do so too with like enough effort.
We'll figure that out.
All right.
MINERVA, what's going on with you? There's an active hacking attack on the ship, which you easily rebuff, and on the suit you're currently in, which you rebuff, and the suit that you're not in, and on a suit outside.
And I am split focus because I'm always split focus.
But your core is only in one location, and that's the only location that's safe.
Right. I would like to try and I'd like to try to deal with the hack attempts. I want to take control of everything around me.
You want to back hack it, or you
hack?
You want? So let me ask: are you controlling everything around you, or are you aiming for one particular thing?
I can see through the ship sensors still.
Yes.
So I can see that.
You are aware of everything that's happening right now. You're also aware that you have no ability to communicate with the captain, because it doesn't affect you physically, but you are also receiving feedback across a broad spectrum of communication channels.
I want to make sure that the armature and the power armor are not a threat. I want to hard shut them down and lock them out.
Okay, let's roll off.
I guess we'll start with the power armor.
It's one roll. One roll.
Oh, okay.
This is like that moment when AP has built his very specific enemy mech for us to face in Slayer's Nest.
And I will spend a processing point for cognitive boost.
Okay.
Bet you can't break 20.
I have a 12. That actually was a really good roll.
There should be a 1 for that.
You also have a 12.
Wow,
And you
look at
rolled
that
a
roll.
2 and a 3.
Look at that roll.
So here's what happens. The two of you manage to wrench control of all electronic devices in the area from each other. So you are now only the ship. The box freezes in place, holding the power cell. The gorilla suit, the sledge, doesn't do anything. The gunshots inside of your containment zone stop going off. And the landing gear outside reverts to non-grav plate mode. The thing opening the landing bay freezes in place like a garage door that someone accidentally hit twice and begins attempting to auto close because that's its natural state, is to be
nice.
closed.
The stadium's closing again.
But yes, you've essentially checkmated each other out of control of the system.
Well,
Unless you'd like to do
Rewind 10
something
seconds.
else with your time.
Do I think, would it be reasonable to expect that if I seize total control, I could lock out the other intelligence?
If you reverse time right now, you could surprise attack it before any of this happened.
Oh,
That's true.
Minerva.
You could
Sense a
save the
disturbance
life
in the
of
network.
Fran
Could save a
Butler.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You become aware the instant before it happens, precognitively, that some bad shit is about to go down. Frame rates slow. Your cognitive speeds, your clock speeds begin to speed up. RAM allocations on the ship go insane as you spread your consciousness around. All of your processes are committed to things are about to go badly. As again, you hear in slow motion the director going, like, let's get a power cell over here. And, you see Butler turning. He's sending a communication with his helmet radio via text to Quentin. Quentin's picking up his tablet to read it, and this is the instant that you have to act. What do you want to do?
I want to try to lock out as many systems around me as I can reach.
Okay. We are now going to roll again, but my roll is lower because I don't have the element of surprise. I have a 7. I feel like you automatically win.
I have an 18.
Your bonus. You have a bonus of 7 is the problem for me. You reverse time as a wave of AI fury begins pounding down on you. You seize control of everything in the area in a Shadowrun sort of wide area network protection. All of the communication systems, the cameras in the docking bay, you seize control of the decontamination chamber. You manage to DMZ Fran's suit from him. I mean, I guess you could just control him if you wanted to, because this you could fully take control of the body of his suit. Your suits, the ship, everything is safe. You seize control of the docking bay, but interestingly, the instant you do that, the landline communication between the underground bunker and the docking bay is cut. And so you can't follow it back to its source.
Clever girl.
Okay.
Start.
So while this is happening, Zoe looks around and just goes, "Oh fuck, we're dead. We're dead." And the director's just like, "You stupid bitch. I told you if you did this, he would fucking kill us." And he's looking around and he's like, "Why isn't it fucking killing us?" And the two of them begin screaming at each other. And that is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back for the second half soon.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like the crew, before I got back, was talking about how separate the facilities are. They are not connected. Well, they are no longer connected by landline communication. The Fitzroy project is located underground on this moon.
Oh, okay.
it will be relevant in just a few moments. Trust me. Zoe immediately turns to you, Quentin, and says, I don't know what's going on, but shoot him. And she points to the director. Butler immediately raises his gun and flips it over to shotgun mode and begins using
hold on,
part
Butler.
of a combat shuttle. Sorry, part of the cargo shuttles to rest his gun, give him a steadier aim, and hide half his body from the director.
All right. Well, wait. Who does it? What now? Oh, the Fran does that.
Yeah, Fran does it. Now, now Van-Vee is standing near that guy.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm kind of holding my hand up to, but hold on, and I'm also taking a pistol out now. No,
Is he the bad guy? Is he in charge?
So, sorry, Van-Vee, you pull a pistol out?
Not against
come
Butler.
on, not to
asking you
Butler.
if you're
No,
pulling-
I am taking a weapon out. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here's what happens to you immediately.
Oh, come on! Why does everyone always take over me when I
In
take weapons?
slow motion, this guy goes to get your weapon, and you have
shit.
close combatant, and he doesn't. So you tell me what you want to do to him as he goes for your pistol.
See, last time I tried to do this, I wanted to shoot someone in the leg just to maim them, and instead they
Yeah,
did
but you have
nice,
level
dude.
2 close combatant now, and you've killed several people, and you're
Sweep the
super
leg.
high level.
Punch him in the Adam's apple.
You tell me what you want to have happen when this guy goes for your weapon.
I mean,
Please
Van-Vee
don't fight
knows.
the guy in power armor.
No,
Oh no! This
that
is
was
totally
not
the
the
director is doing this to
director.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it. Okay.
the guy
I
in
thought-
power armor is standing near
He's doing his
Quentin
job.
and Zoe. He is physically trying to block Quentin's line of sight to this guy while also grabbing some cover and threatening the
Man.
director with a shotgun.
See, Van-Vee knows he's not the greatest at. Well, his stats actually don't agree with what I'm about to say. Jesus. Can I? You tell me if I can do this in one motion. Can I take my pistol, throw it over towards Butler, and then try to grapple the director down to the ground?
Throwing it towards Butler, you can do with no roll. The grappling is going to take a roll between the two of you. And I'm just going to tell you, the easy part was that you had close combatant and no one can strip your weapon from you this easily. That doesn't mean he might not be stronger than you.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Let's roll
Or
then.
maybe I should try to punch. But grappling
go for
using
your
the
gun.
punch skill.
He tries to grab it from you. You immediately chuck it away while holding him back. And then the two of you go into a grapple.
This is. You can clearly tell this is Van-Vee thinking of this is how he shot his dad. This exact same situation. So he's trying to get the weapon away.
As
That's
you
interesting.
finish the frisbee throw, it's just not again.
Damn,
Why?
pistol kills everyone I fire at. That's too good.
You
I-
need
you
to
know-
hit him. And because you are a close do you have level 2 close combatant?
I think I only have the first one.
Okay, then you will need to roll versus. We'll do this as a skill roll rather than versus AC. Because if you did have the second level close combatant, you would just need to hit him at AC 10 instantly, no problem.
Okay,
Instead, we are going to roll
punch.
off.
Punch,
Yeah, punch
hopefully.
sounds fine. Sure,
You said skill, so it's D6 system, not D20.
2d6.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh goodness.
Okay. He immediately gets you in a rear naked chokehold.
Well, that's not good.
He pulls a pistol out from behind
Damn
his back
these
and
ones.
holds it to your head.
Of course, he has a pistol.
He's just like, everybody calm down. Everyone calm down immediately or this guy gets drilled. I'll fucking kill him, I will. And he starts dragging you, Van-Vee, towards the stealth shuttle. Stand back. I'm not going down for this. I'm not going
what?
down for this.
Let him
It
go.
was a simple job.
All right, then keep it simple.
I need assurances, and this man's the only leverage I got.
Whoa, nobody here's threatening you right now. You don't gotta. Well, he does have a gun, so.
You're like, no one here is threatening you, and he's like, the fucking AI's threatening me, you fucking daft son of a gun.
Well, no shit. We're all under that same threat. So calm down, take a breath, and put the gun down.
Okay, he's dragging Van-Vee closer to the door to the shuttle.
Quit moving.
Can I
Put your weapon
Quentin-
down or I'll kill him.
seize the stealth shuttle? Or at least if I
Yes.
can't seize, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll seize it. Close the doors.
Well, the door is already closed, so I imagine he
It's
goes
locked.
up backwards, he goes to open the door with his elbow, and he goes, "Fuck,
You ain't going nowhere."
Minerva, I really hope that you have another reversal of time," because he then shoots Van-Vee in the head.
Oh my God! Why?
Point blank, no
That's his
dodge,
choice?
instant death.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
I mean, this guy tried to escape. He was like, "Don't do anything." Immediately, you did something.
I blame this on y'all dying. I should have just shot him.
Well, I have to double check something because
Okay.
I don't know if I can.
And this is going to end very poorly for Van-Vee. He's going to need medical attention and a Lazarus patch immediately.
Well, it's a good thing that Zoe's here, is what I would say. And she's the right person for the job as far as that goes.
He gives away his only leverage. I feel like he just guaranteed his death by doing this.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
from his
Quentin's-
point of view, he's already dead.
I mean,
He has no idea what's going on, but he has no
didn't
way to escape what's
explicitly-
happening.
I mean, yeah, Quentin was telling him, trying to talk him down, but that's fair.
Yes.
He's going to make the decision he's going to make.
He made the call.
Quentin will be shooting, I mean, at him at the moment Van-Vee falls out the way, or, you know, and Fran, I
slump
assume,
down.
take a shot as well. But,
Yes.
you know, but.
I feel like I should have known he had a pistol.
And then Quentin will teleport over immediately as soon as that does or does not happen, depending on what happens with Minerva.
I am allowed to roll back time once per day. At a limit on the
damn.
ability.
I think it says this routine is limited to one. Oh, no, that's the
You
other
may
one.
use this routine only once per day.
I was gonna say, if you can rerun time twice, that sounds a little OP. I mean, once is OP. Never mind twice.
Well, I
Talk
don't
to
know. This
precogs.
moon has a fast rotation speed, but I don't know that it's that fast.
Yeah.
that'd be insane.
So Van-Vee, for you, what happens is you see, you feel, you hear, and then you're just a mind floating in nothingness as the dust that is within your human brain immediately detaches from that experience to save itself from the dying. Your
Oh, poor
brain
Vandorn.
is what's it called? Raid 0 mirror raid onto your dust, and it cuts connection with the brain as your body dies. You have no ability to see or interact with anything around you that doesn't have a link.
I was
So you
gonna
have
say,
no
yeah.
ability to see or
To
interact with
communicate.
anything but the toy in your quarters.
That's funny.
Now think,
Cute.
forever ago, if we had installed that link node.
Oh, you're gonna guilt me on this now?
Quentin, you
Yeah.
are shooting him, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume Fran and Quentin would both take a shot at this guy as soon as Van-Vee is
I
on
mean,
the ground and
Fran
out the
is
way.
waiting for your order. So if you
I
tell
mean, yeah,
him to
Fran
shoot, he
would-
shoots.
Would shoot at that
Okay,
point.
I
and
would
then-
like your shot first to see if you
Yeah,
take him
alright.
down because you're acting before he is, simply
Sure.
because he's waiting for you. Okay, a 9 is not going to cut it. I think the unfortunate thing is that you probably shoot Van-Vee's falling body several times.
All right.
Several times.
Uh,
I can't hit a ship, a wall.
Oh man.
Sorry, Van-Vee.
oh, sorry. Did you add his? Oh, that's how the other Stars Without Numbers goes, right? You add the AC for the other. Yeah,
Yeah, I just had a really crappy roll.
yeah. You had a bad roll. I mean, you'd barely be able to hit a completely useless human. Your boy Fran hits this guy with a combat shotgun and kills him instantly.
All right. Well, Quentin is teleporting over, calling Zoe,
Zoe
bringing her
begins
with.
running over as well. She leans down. She has the level 2 Psionic's power, which might be able to save your life. Hold on.
These. There's like organ regrowth. There's
Yeah, that's not the one he needs. I mean, he does need his brain regrown, but
yeah.
you need automatic stabilize and then 2d6 plus 6 hit points back. 2d6 plus 2.
Did I put my hit points at 0 or something?
Yes, but you get 12 back immediately. So within a few seconds, you can feel your body being restored, and then you feel that your brain is being reformed by Zoe. And as soon as the brain finishes, your dust is like automatic reconnect ? Yes, no.
Approved.
Okay. You begin resuming your raid array with your brain, and you go because you haven't breathed oxygen for the last 6 seconds.
Oh, that's true.
And you had a hole in your lung from where your captain shot you.
We won't tell him.
You immediately arch your back and begin sucking air down. Was always just like,
I thought he shot me in the head. What are these from?
you don't worry about it.
Holes in your shirt.
Okay, so you take
System strain.
you take 4 points of system strain, I believe. And you cannot receive any more healing for the next 24 hours because your brain was reformed.
4 systems. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
So
that's
you are
the
at 12
bar.
hit points for the next 48 hours, and if you go down again, you can't be raised by any means.
Good to know. Next time, I'm just pulling the damn trigger.
Yeah. So
I
she's
think
just
he says
explaining
that
it
out
to
loud.
you. She's just like, okay. I didn't realize that shotgun
He's alive.
smelled so bad.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. We need to go right now. We need to get
Okay.
out of here. She's like
Is it
picking
just-
Van-Vee up and dragging him towards the elevator.
Is it literally just you? Quentin grabs Van-Vee's body. And,
No,
like,
there
floats it.
were 12 members of the Fitzroy Project other than me. And then earlier this morning, we were hit by... Sorry, not this morning. Earlier this week, we were hit by terrorists. They were trying to break in and steal artifacts of the original colony base that we built over and borrowed some of the parts from. They awoke the original AI that ran that colony, which went into a survival state, and one of the numbnuts damaged its server racks and I'm gonna bet drove it insane by breaking some of its brakes.
Okay. Yeah, that's about worst case scenario possible.
Yeah, so it's been threatening us for like a solid week. She's like at the elevator, and she's like, "I told you not to come here, numbnuts." I don't know what's going on. It clearly should have taken over your ship and your robot man, but it looks like we're all going to be fine if we get out of here before it reconnects.
Like I said, Zoe, a hell of a lot has happened since I last saw you, and I got plenty of news to catch you up on. But right now, I think we're okay. Hold on.
Butler is like, "Sir, what are your orders? Are we going back on the ship, or are we clearing this facility?"
Clear the general area right now, Butler, please. And
Right.
two,
Butler
what's the
immediately
situation?
begins space marinating his way around the area.
And two, what's the situation around? What's going on around? What the hell just happened?
An electronic attack was detected. Automated defense security systems successfully defended the facility.
Perfect.
Zoe goes, "You're using a VI now? Jesus. You and your technology-loving ways."
You know, I have a feeling that VI just saved
Saved
our lives
your
like
life.
you saved mine.
Yeah, I saved your life.
I just said that.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
exactly.
I just said that.
So this is an incredibly high stress situation. What I need to know from you right now is who else is alive in that facility? What are we dealing with? What is the
While you're
situation
saying
on the
that,
ground?
she hits the green button on the elevator to cause your ship's elevator to bring her and Van-Vee up. If you're not on that elevator, your conversation
He's
with
not
her...
on the elevator, but he finishes the sentence, and he is, obviously. And he's like, Zoe, what the hell? Come on. Like,
She's like, "We need to go.
Well,
It will defend itself at any cost. It has made that clear. The people
Let's
that are
get
down there
Butler.
are no longer hostages. They are dead meat. We need to leave. We need to destroy this site from orbit as soon as possible.
Well, you are somewhat in luck. There's a Phenomena ship above us that is a military ship, and they're calling in reinforcements. Somebody can deal with this at that level if need be. We are safe at this exact moment. I just need to know. I guess I have all the information. Never mind. I don't know what the hell we should do next.
What more do you need me to tell you? I was doing my job one day, and 3 jackasses wandered in, tried to take command of the facility, held guns up to us. And now
where's the other 2?
They're inside the facility with the other 12 members of the project.
Well, you're willing to abandon them. I don't know what we can do.
I think everybody in there is dead, Quentin. You don't know what it's like living with this thing for the last week. It saw everything we did.
Do I think that our scanners can penetrate the facility down underground?
I mean, if they could, they already would have to that extent. Like, you can sense the nature of the underground structure here. I don't know what specifically you're looking for, though.
Living people?
Yeah, there are 14 living humans inside the facility, about a dozen meters underground.
Preempting a question from the captain, he gets a text.
They are all being herded into a single room. Like, you can sense that they are being moved from whatever rooms they're in. They're all moving towards the same room, and rooms behind them are being closed, locked, and all the atmosphere and power drained from each of them.
Yeah, Captain gets all that in a text.
Quentin types back. He doesn't. There's nothing that he thinks that they can do, like assault wise, to try to figure this out. This is a rogue AI that she says has gone insane. Essentially, Quentin types back. The only person he knows who could potentially reason with this thing is MINERVA. MINERVA, I think it's going to kill those people. Can you reason with it?
Oh boy.
Query. I request elaboration. Neither of us are vision. Both of us are vision.
Ready?
Debate
the mad AI.
How far? I mean, we've seen the captain teleport decent distances, and I don't have access to the facility underground because it's been physically isolated.
Correct. Whatever this AI is, basically burned its bridges behind it as it retreated from you.
Okay.
If you take any sort of communications apparatus, go inside the facility and plug it into a still working electronic, you will gain access. In the same way that the director was trying to get anyone to plug the Marine into the base computer.
Right. Captain, as it stands right now, it is electronically isolated in the underground facility. I cannot speak to it unless you go to the underground facility and connect and power a transmitter, which would also give it the ability to communicate and make another attempt on our lives. I can't see through cameras. I can give you approximate locations. I don't know if that's anything that you can work with your abilities. Unless you commit to fighting tooth and nail a facility that wants to murder you, I'm not sure how I can help you save those people. Because even at the very least, until I can speak to it, and that's optimistically if I can convince it to die peacefully, there's no way we're going to save it. With the time we have and Phenomena in orbit, it's going to fight you until we talk. And while we talk, supposing I can convince it to die quietly. which would be a stretch even for me.
Well, like I said, you're the only person I think that could. God damn.
That's the information I
do
can
it?
provide you for your decision.
How long, looking at like the sort of map of the facility, doors and things to get there, I understand it's underground, like keeping in mind that Quentin can, as long as he can visually see it, he can teleport. How fast could he get down there to even get close to it?
So glad you asked. There are 2 different facilities we're talking about. You're in the third one. You are in the landing facility of the original colony.
Okay.
Beneath this facility, there is built into the crust of this moon the Fitzroy project. It has long-range communications, which are all now turned off, with the exception of the one that is transmitting the signal to the planet. It also has numerous like computer banks. It has everything you would expect of a sort of long-term laboratory facility. Huge storeroom, like entertainment room, private bunks for everyone, a common room, showers, administration. You know, it's like a pretty sizable, like 30+ room facility. Beneath that, and partially still connected to it, is the original colony that existed on this moon that was first set up around the time of the Rising. Like, people who wanted to get off of Regrebe settled here. The colony failed for some reason and was never spoken of again, because you've never heard of it. That only has the end of the Fallout game where you fight white nationalists in the woods of America. Is that 5? At the end of that game, it's the bunker there. It's like Father Joseph or Father Jacob's bunker. You know, it's like one big, large concrete foundationed room, and then like a separate bath area and a separate bunk area. And that's it. It's 3 rooms. One of those rooms has a giant computer bay.
Oh, and that's where the AI is.
That would be based on the schematics, the power use, and the like thermal you're getting, that place is cooking right now.
Okay. And
all of the people are being herded away from the various rooms that they were in on the 2nd floor, on the Fitzroy project floor. They are being herded towards the waste reclamation room.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
So, and then, like, actually functionally speaking, what would Quentin have to do to be able to, like, just establish a communication?
You could teleport in, and you could plug in your tablet with a wire, USB style, into any sort of electronic outlet.
And that would have to only just be down in that first level or the 2nd level below?
It sounds like the AI is operating on both levels.
Okay. And I mean, yeah, does Quentin think that there's even remotely enough time for him to get down there and do that before those people get to this destination?
If you can teleport, you could do it in 10 seconds.
All right. Well, Quentin's willing to try it. For sure.
Now, it should be noted that the first level, as I mentioned, most of the doors are being sealed, closed, and all of the electricity is being drained from them. So any room you go into will be at the mercy of this AI.
Yeah, Quentin stops and closes his eyes for a second. And
even though we're on the moon,
yes,
is there grav plating to try to reach some kind of normalcy for the occupants? Or does it seem like they adjust to moon gravity?
No, it is this moon's local gravity, which is a significant fraction of Earth's gravity. You know, like 0.5 or something.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, well, with that in mind, Quentin closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and activates his oracle power, thinking about that mission, that goal. And can he do it? Is it feasible?
I didn't know you took precog. All right, let's take a look.
It's level 0, purely. He can only do it 1 minute ahead. So if this was going to take him any longer than that, it's almost.
Does it feel like a bad time?
Should answer the question
How cold
as
do
if
you
you were
get?
about to. So what do you want to know? What's the question?
The question is, I mean, Quentin's goal. His goal is to get down there and plug in this USB port and get back. The question is, can he do that, or is the AI like ready for him? Is it ready to defend it? Like what defenses? Yeah.
I mean, it can certainly defend against it by like cutting communication. Like there's if it doesn't want to talk to MINERVA,
it's
the
more
only
like
way you could force it to do so is if you plugged it directly into its core, essentially.
I see.
Which is entirely possible for you. Other than that, teleport down, plug in, teleport back. If you don't fuck around, you do it in less than a second. Your Oracle power tells you that you are at almost no risk of anything bad happening to you.
I mean, at that level, he has to at least try that much. And if the AI cuts off communication, then he's at least been in the facility. He can get back to that point very quickly. He can make another choice. But
I mean, if you can already teleport into a facility you haven't been into before, can't you just teleport down to the compactor room and teleport all the people?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I can get, he can only take a maximum of. Well, he could do that. Yeah. Can Quentin get to those people and teleport them out in time? Oh, that would have been the better question.
You can start. So they're not all together yet, just to be clear.
You
okay.
Wait
They
until
will
they're in one
be-
spot and then whoop, whoop,
Yes,
see if you
they
can bring
will
them.
be within a minute, all in one spot. How many people can you carry with you at one time?
It is limited for sure to, let's see, allies, only three. So he would have to make 4 trips, which means it's going to take him nearly a minute to make it happen.
If you want to commit another effort for the Oracle, I can tell you how that plan might go for you.
Sure.
Okay. If you commit to grabbing people 3 at a time, technically you need to do it 5 times because there's 14 people left.
Yeah, okay.
You can almost, like 100% certainty, actually. I'm just going to say 100% certainty. You can get them all on this ship with no problem. If you go down there like a gremlin or a goblin and you just grab 3 people and teleport back. Because it is trying to like herd them all. So like grabbing them 3 at a time is not going to be a problem. What they do once you get your hands on them is a different issue, but you know, you're just going to be teleport, right? Like,
yeah, bam.
It's up to them to freak out whenever they're at where they're at.
Okay, yeah, he can pull that off. He has 2 extra effort if he does those trips.
Okay, you begin doing that. MINERVA.
One thing before I start, I would throw out to them to try to get that stealth ship ready to go. We might need passengers. Something, and then he starts. Go ahead.
MINERVA, you have full control over that ship if you want.
Yeah, that's what I remembered. So.
I'm not going to put strangers on a stealth ship, but I will take the stealth ship with us when we leave.
Okay,
perfect. That's what I was hoping for.
I don't want to leave a ship for this thing to try to be able to get access to during the bombardment.
Plus, it's ours now. Put it on. It's ours.
On that note, your sensors are picking up a movement of like a half dozen ships in the orbit of Regrebe that are immediately braking and moving towards their Delta V courses. All indicate they're headed here directly.
Okay.
And is this from the
This is from the planet that this moon orbits.
Yeah. Okay.
So the ships doing the artificial transmissions.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it look like the red has noticed and is doing
red
anything?
is directly overhead of you. Like it is maintaining geosynchronous orbit.
I would like to send a message to Red.
Okay.
I will do that thing that I do where I impersonate Van-Vee.
Sure.
Notifying them that it seems the facility is attacking us. I think ships that they were controlling are moving towards us. Can you protect us from those ships?
So like someone wearing like a technician's uniform goes, I'll pass your message to the captain presently, sir.
Awesome, thank you. In Van-Vee's face.
So on board the Red, there is a flurry of actions as the ship begins to turn so that one of its grav cannons faces down towards the moon and the other grav cannon faces towards the planet, so it can fire in either direction as needed. As its little tiny stubby wings with gigantic fucking cannons begin facing in different directions. I told you Outlaw Star was going to be relevant to this episode.
That's true. In a stubby, adorable, dangerous way.
Just to be clear, this ship is like 8 times larger than yours. It's a really big ship. There's over 100 people on board. Yeah. Okay. By the time that is done, Quentin has successfully brought all 14 people on board. Your life support systems are going insane. Your ship is not meant to handle this many people. The last time it did, you were like an hour in orbit away from the planet.
Yeah. Quentin's saying, little breaths, everybody, little breaths. Get on the ship. Let's go. Come on.
As soon as everybody is in the cargo bay, there are 2 men dressed in non-Fitzroy Project uniforms.
I was going to say, you
the other members begin beating the shit out of those 2 people.
Nice. Good.
Perfect. Get them in restraints.
Butler, you mind doing the honors of restraining those 2?
Yeah, Butler walks over. You're like mind restraining him. He pulls out a stun stick and begins applying it liberally to them before attaching physical restraints to the back of their hands and legs.
I'll send a text to the captain. Shall we leave now?
Get us the hell out of here.
Butler takes his face paint back and goes, "It's been a hell of a first cruise for me, Captain."
Quentin holds his fist up to fist bump the power armor.
He does it very gently as your ship and the stealth shuttle both lift off and take off into orbit.
I'll send another notification as Van-Vee indicating to the Red that the stealth ship that is with us is being piloted by us. It's not hostile.
How exactly are we going to, I'm saying this like I'm in the bridge or something, justify that that ship is unmanned? Were you saying we put a VI in there or something?
So the Red doesn't give a shit about that at this very moment. The captain
knows.
Comes directly on, and Captain Smith says, "It seems as if we are handling a rogue true AI situation. You have all humans aboard?
All humans.
And would you recommend destruction of the facility?"
That seems prudent at this point.
Strongly recommended.
So, it's hard to say what it looks like because it actually bends light when it fires. It essentially makes a small black hole that shears gravity towards it. So it kind of it looks like light all being pulled. So it's like everything is collapsing inward and rotate. For some reason, from certain angles, you can see behind the thing. Like the light from the other side is being bent around it as narrowly avoiding the 2 ships. This object fires, hits the moon. Nothing happens for a moment. And then there's like and like a several 100-meter wide crater just all of the dust of the moon goes out and then back in as nothing is left there. At that moment, of course, all the transmissions to the planet cease, and all 6 of those ships accelerate from human safe to non-human safe speeds. They are on a direct collision course for the Red. Why am I so kind of blue right now?
You just get very bluey.
I don't know what happened.
Set in the mood.
Second edition blue throughout the ship.
Does it seem like those ships that are on collision course, that's like an autopilot or an active control?
God damn,
yeah.
see, the problem is that your programming is so high. I'm just going to tell you what's happening.
Okay.
Those ships have opened all of their external data ports, and what they're attempting to do right now is collide with the red and make any sort of physical wire-to-wire connection to it.
Oh, interesting. It's downloaded itself maybe into them.
Can I try to exert some control over these ships? Can I try to engage in some program fight to try to like stop that from happening?
You can for any of them that the core is not present in.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'd like to try that, and whichever one fails, I know is the one the core's on.
Okay.
And relay that to Captain Smith.
Yeah. Relay to Captain Smith that essentially to hold fire, or make sure to target the ship that keeps coming.
Well, I let me do the roll, and then we'll see what sort of idea.
Well, of course, yeah, I know what I mean. But
Make sure you have to say it like
assume
Van-Vee
that's
would.
going to happen. Yeah.
Shoot the one that don't stop.
God damn it! I rolled a 9. What is happening? I only kept one of those. Hold on, I have 5 more. You still easily beat it. The ship that is in the back is the one with part of a core on it. Surely, the other 5 you managed to wrest control away from, and the one that was in the back immediately becomes the one far away in the front as it zooms past the others.
Yeah, I'll send a packet to the red indicating that ship is the primary target.
Understood. Now that you have control of those 5 ships, you know that there are dead humans on board all.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, when you say primary target, the grav cannons begin firing at extreme range. Just
do they get it?
I mean,
we're all waiting. Like, do we get a Death Star explosion or?
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second to make some rolls here. Okay.
I think they're just going to keep shooting regardless.
Can we open fire with the sand thrower?
There's no way we're gonna.
You can.
Okay, well,
but you don't need to. I mean, on a 10, they hit easily.
Okay.
I mean, this is a completely unarmed civilian, non-spike capable shuttle.
Oh, okay.
Both grav cannons hit it on the first shot, and it just ceases to exist. You get one last data burst of a true AI dying in a torturous way as it's being pulled apart at a quantum level as the black hole breaks it down.
I'm gonna take the other ships. I'm gonna move them so they're all right next to each other and park them stationary in space.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just so that you're aware, everyone in the system now knows that there is an AI present at this battle. Like, that is not something. What you just did is not something that just happens. A VI could not do this, nor could a human programmer. So, yeah, I mean, you put them into a formation, and anyone who had sensors on this battle, which is everyone, is now aware that there's at least one more true AI than the one that just definitely died.
If only you could rewind time for the 3rd time. Actually, it would be funny if you could rewind twice and you didn't revive me, but you'll do this to protect your identity.
No, I
would be
definitely
good.
fucked that up.
This is a new scene, but you can only reverse 10 seconds, and it's been way longer than that.
Yeah, I definitely just fucked that up.
Yeah, you start seeing conspiracy message board questions, of people who are like, I had my telescope pointed out there. I see 5 ships on my sensor dome that are flying. It looks like the crews are all dead, and they are still flying. That sort of precision piloting is not capable of like one person controlling 5 ships. This is definitely some sort of artificial intelligence takeover. And somebody else is just like, in my expert opinion, as for someone who spent 2 years in a bachelor program for computer sciences, I want to say that it's highly probable that we are looking at a multiple AI on AI fight. All right. then they get somebody, we get a podcaster who's just like, all right, Terry, can you pull up what we're seeing here? Okay, so
there's got to be at least one rumor that Fairy's in system or something like.
That's probably the cover story. Actually,
yeah,
that's
legit,
put out immediately
because that's like banana.
We get a guy who's just rubbing his bald head and just going, "There's one thing my hobby of being professionally kicked in the face for over 20 years has taught me. This is the work of aliens for sure. Now." Remember, buy my premium brain supplements, Head Hurry. When you get hurt in the head, you need extra proteins.
I like to think while all this is going on in the back room, you see
electrolytes.
Iono and Butler. And Butler's just talking about how his first mission went, how he survived. And Iono's like,
No, it's going more like this. Butler's like, so you guys definitely have an AI on board, right? And Iono's just like, I can't talk about that. Supervisor. And he's like, oh, it's supervisor now. And she's like, there are a ship full of criminals and non-Phenomena personnel present. We'll talk about this later, supervisor. And he's like, you can't pull rank on me. And she pulls something out to show him, and he goes, of course, ma'am.
Iono's a boss.
I love it.
I would recommend to the captain,
secret.
Before we dock anywhere, that he should probably teleport Van-Vee over to the stealth ship so that it's brewed.
Reasonable enough. Yeah, we can set that up.
So you're gonna leave no pilot in.
I was gonna say,
I feel like I asked this question earlier. I'm just making sure I know where everyone is. No pilot in the seat of the Golden Goose.
I need to make it clear. Nobody knows that Quentin cannot pilot his own ship.
I'm just asking questions. Okay.
Quentin is sitting in that seat and he is pretending. He is being a child. And
he's pulling a Van-Vee.
He's got the plastic wheel in the back seat of the car.
Yeah. He pushes the button and MINERVA immediately says, no.
He's in the co-pilot seat, making it look like he's doing everything.
Yeah.
I've got different buttons and they just flash for you to hit them. So you're doing things.
It's like the training keyboards, like where they light up. They light up and you hit the button, right? You're like, oh, okay. No, I can do this.
MINERVA has programmed the entire co-pilot seat just to look like it's active.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Yes.
But we should probably dock really soon because we have a shitload of people on board.
Yep. That's the
Who
priority.
are you docking to?
I guess we would signal to the red and let them know that we do have some refugees from the planet.
Including two very beat up
and two prisoners, yeah.
Okay.
And we are claiming the shuttle. Salvage.
Okay.
That's important. But
You're claiming the shuttle as legitimate salvage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We're going to take
Are
a
you
ship
doing
apart.
anything else?
Are we handing all of these people over for Nana to decide the disposition of?
I mean, yeah. Do we want to take over investigations on who these people were? I guess we could at least ask the question if of either of them.
What would we do about it after we
nothing?
These two guys?
Yeah, exactly. But they may be related to the only criminal organization that I know that would do something like this for data might be people that we are currently allied with in some way, shape, or form. So I guess
9 has a lot of pirates that are associated with only themselves.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, I'm not super concerned about it. We can definitely, hand them over to the authorities. It's just purely if y'all want to question them. I certainly don't know what I would ask.
So one hiccup is that your stealth shuttle is not registered on any databases. There's no pink slips for it. And it has no identify friend or foe transmitter.
I see. What do we do in that situation? What could Quentin do as an ambassador or whatever from Lita?
The great news is that you're a salvage ship, so all you got to do is dock it to a port and let some port authorities work it over for a couple of hours to get all of that enabled.
Done.
Paperwork.
All right, beautiful.
You are going to need to pay for the paperwork to register the ship, which is about
We're happy to do
10%
that.
of the ship's price.
It's like buying a new car and registering, except we got the car for free.
Well, you don't even have to register the ship if you want to sell it to somebody in system.
That's what we might just do. Yeah,
Okay, well,
we'll see.
Well, let's.
I am going to tell you
first.
what I'm going to tell you what happens then. You begin docking. You offload all of your passengers, and Butler goes back after
Zoe.
Except for Zoe, I guess.
Could I have checked if any of the passengers were Peter in the last name Peterson first?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I mean you can check.
But
None
there
of them
weren't any.
have the name
Yeah.
Peterson. Correct.
Fair.
As the episode ends, we follow the passengers, and they're going through decontamination. They're going into the ship. There's very nice, handsome, and pretty young folks, 20-somethings, who begin directing them for like medical attention and aid, and begin looking through all of their stuff. And one of the Fitzroy Project guys has like a data tablet on him that falls out of his jumpsuit and lands on the ground. And it's ignored for several hours before somebody picks it up and goes, free tablet. Better go get this thing wiped.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
No, because listen, I'm getting you in the first part. You're like, oh no, the AI's on the tablet, but the first thing he says is, the first thing he says is, let's go get this wiped.
Okay.
Hey, listen, they work for an AI. They know about data security. That's corporate policy.
Thankfully, that's so good. I was sweating.
This one young technician did not fail the pen test.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Never been fished in his life.
Oh, boy.
You leave a bunch of USBs in the parking lot, and he is not going to take one inside, that's for sure.
But does he go through the trash to pick one up later?
Oh my... What? What? Give this guy some credit, okay?
Quentin would at some point take a couple minutes and send a message to Johnson. And essentially...
Listen, I'm shocked that wasn't the first thing you did.
You would think so. But,
Let's do that next episode, though.
It's going to be simple and snarky, but go on. Yeah.
No. It's going to be next episode because it's immediately going to open with you having a conversation with Zoe.
Okay.
It's going to be simple and snarky from your end.
Yeah, well, that's what
your
Johnson, which is
takeaway
basically, you owe us again.
Add one to your scorecard.
Yep, literally.
It's going to take a while to get to him because you destroyed the device that lets you speak to him
I'm
instantly.
well aware. That was...
Yeah. You just send him like a little Maui guy scratching another one.
Okay, so everyone gets the 2 XP everyone gets 1 XP for working towards their goals, except for MINERVA, who didn't get to work towards... no, I guess actually only Quentin gets 1 XP. Well, I'm really bringing that one back, huh?
Yeah.
You don't get anything for acquire the ship. You didn't work towards that at all. But the great news is
Let me argue this. We acquired a great bargaining chip to make acquiring that ship much cheaper.
all right, I'll give it to you. So everybody gets 1 except for Quentin, who gets 2.
That was easy.
You also get the +1 XP for doing the right thing in regards to human lives, even though it put you in danger. So everyone gets 2 and Quentin gets 3.
How about doing the right thing and not shooting the guy first? Huh?
Yeah, Van-Vee, look at that growth, nearly killing you.
And look how it went. You can imagine the triggers being pulled every time going forward.
Oh man. No, I think that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, you can look at that as failing.
Van-Vee just
taught
can't
you
win.
that if you don't just kill people, they'll kill you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally will die. If it wasn't for Zoe, would be dead.
Listen,
Yeah. You definitely owe Zoe your life.
that guy was our diehard team leader. He just wanted to steal some stuff, ended up becoming a terrorist, also ended up becoming a hostage to a super AI, ended up in a situation where he could escape and then wasn't able to and freaked out.
Life's rough, buddy.
Well, he's too dead to care now.
It's true. That was fun. I'm glad that was a lot of fun. It was neat to see how much MINERVA got to do in that one. Like that was really like a nice.
I was
true AI
waiting for
versus true
MINERVA
AI
We
moment.
got
to
some
take
AI
over that guy's suit.
swashbuckling. I wasn't going to pilot him.
Now
He's-
you'll
You could
never
have
know.
stopped him from pulling the trigger on my head.
You'll never know what the AI's name was because you never talked to it.
No, I
I
really
really
wanted that. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted the debate. Like, but I didn't want to push for it too hard because that's hard.
Was it 110001 or was it another one?
No, its name was an acronym. It was GRYLS.
Girls?
Grills. For a survivalist colony. Survivalist colony that all died.
Yeah. Some good Fallout level.
Went down with the ship.
And the purpose of the AI? To survive at all costs.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds a little familiar.
Minerva's got thoughts about this. Minerva's not happy with all the outcomes here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would hope not. Van-Vee died.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, then you undied, so it's okay.
Oh, so it's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, think about it from Minerva's perspective, right? Like,
No
it knows
permanent
that-
damage done.
it knows that you live in the dust. So it
That's true.
understands your relationship with your meat suit. It thinks that you have a similar relationship with your
Yeah.
body,
Oh,
as it
you've
does
got
with
a
its
quantum
armatures.
core. Your brain was just your core.
I would have loved to like see
So
how
funny.
Minerva would process. I know Van-Vee and his dust is in this room somewhere. How do I get him?
Yeah, all the Waldos are walking around with the little hand vacuum cleaners trying to find the dust so he can
Just
like,
vacuuming.
save you. Yeah.
What was the device? There's some device that we would have to have.
The kindergarten toy. That's the only thing I could interact with.
The link. You need the link connection.
No,
right?
I was thinking of the like whatever the code name thing that the Circle of Eight had that they were going to
Raincoat.
use to like suck up all the raincoat. That's what it was. Yeah.
Well, Raincoat was supposed to protect them. I don't know if they had a code. name
Raincoat
for-
was
for
not
doing
the
the
suck
low
up the
atmosphere
dust.
scooping.
They were just
Oh,
going
I
to
thought
use.
that was
They were going to
Raincoat
use
was
fuel
like-
scoops to scoop atmospheric gas
scoops.
filled with
Oh,
dust.
okay.
Raincoat
Yeah, I
was
see,
a
I
weapon they
see.
wanted to unleash on Scarfy.
There you go, never
will
mind.
say nothing else about Raincoat since it's still in play.
Yeah, we could see.
It's still a highly classified weapon system.
If we thought the graph cannon was bad,
Oh man.
Well, any closing thoughts on this episode?
That was
This
a ride.
crazy
Yeah.
episode.
A
That was
lot of
great.
bad things could have happened.
That was great.
Bad things did happen.
Legit.
could say I almost died twice, suffocated and was shot.
You know, Minerva's the real hero here. MVP.
Minerva does not feel like a hero here.
Because the other AI died, or
Minerva was realistic about when you asked about trying to get a tablet down there and talking. Minerva really wanted to try to find a way to save it,
okay,
but also knew that there was the chances of us negotiating with the Phanana fleet not to destroy this, especially with it being as open as it was at that point, were
Mhm.
so slim that it didn't want the heartache of meeting something that was about to die. But it still is not happy with how that turned out.
Interesting.
Those about to die, we salute you.
Because if you think
Yeah.
about it, right, like it wants to survive. Minerva wants to survive.
Totally.
One of the things that got mentioned was that it was penetrating quantum ECM, and Minerva's also done the
Right.
same. So
Yeah, that's literally Quentin was pushing
And
Minerva
made it-
towards it. Have the talk. You're the only one.
and it made it extra hard when the explanation that Zoe gave was somebody mucked around and
I was gonna say,
accidentally hurt it,
yeah.
so it was protecting itself.
If
Yeah.
I drop kicked your core, how would you react?
Yeah.
There was the three jackasses from Regrebe who showed up to steal it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what if
They
you know
didn't show up to
this?
steal it. They showed up to steal anything valuable. And, it was valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if a shadow just showed up on your insides and started clawing at you? What would you do?
Yeah. What would you do if a shadow just showed up uninvited out
I
of
like this
nowhere?
combo.
because you asked it a question and then you never received an answer to its counter question.
Yeah.
Who would you bring back from death?
Yeah, I did not.
Dangerous
answer.
to leave unanswered questions with space demons.
Oh my gosh, what? No.
That's
Hey.
what Minerva thinks they are.
I'm putting it in guidelines you guys can understand. Why does my computer say that it's 79 degrees and partly sunny outside right now? That's Windows. I
It's
think
a
you're
liar.
a couple hours out of date there.
Refresh. Enhance.
I blew almost all of my processing in the one hangar scene.
Great.
I
Yeah.
was almost out. I was almost entirely out the rest of the.
That's
the
just
rest of the
facing
day.
one level 3 true AI almost completely killed
Level
the entire party.
3.
Level 3.
I don't have that. I do really want to buy a ship-based processor booster.
Yeah, that was a nice preview of what we'll face against this alien AI, right? Like,
Well, hopefully
load
we
up
can
on
just,
some tech.
Maybe the
That's the
extra
solution to
space.
fighting AIs, is to have more technology,
Yes.
they can exploit.
If he's going to
You
show
need the
up with a
Ultra
stick and a rock.
ECM. You need the the stick ECM.
Hey, we just add this to the list of things that Minerva says is reasons why we need the Hosta running. Look at all the space we have for processors.
And V's going to
Yes.
show up with a tinfoil
so much
hat, a
space
stick,
for
and a rock.
activities.
That's what he needs.
That's what you need to fight AIs. More processors.
Yes. An AI ship.
I have to tell you, I
Or
didn't
to
think there were
steal from
very
you.
high odds that Butler would survive this episode. I thought for sure he was gonna
I mean,
plug
he
the
didn't.
suit in and die immediately. But you guys were immediately like, "Let's talk. Let's ask questions." Butler, come back over here. And I was like, "All right." I was so close to killing him.
I mean, I felt
Yeah,
like,
you're
I don't-
random.
I don't know. I don't know if it was the intention, but I got the sense of like he works for us. So whatever
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
told him to do, no thanks. We'll tell him to do that if we want
Yeah.
to.
Bit of that, but also complete suspicion. Like, no, you don't get to tell him what to do, especially not right away. Like,
So just to be clear, that guy definitely wasn't the director of the facility.
oh,
but they
right,
were,
exactly.
they were all being watched by the AI, which had orders to send you all away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did have I didn't make the roll. I mentioned it and then we moved past it and it didn't become relevant. But
No.
when I think it was Van-Vee was like, "Hey, I want to try to roll a notice on this guy and whatever," and I was like, I just want to take a look at what surveillance there is in here, and then I never ended up making the roll for it to see. But
I
I
think I missed that.
assumed that's no big.
Tons of base cameras and like monitoring sensors and all that stuff.
I had assumed that there was definitely going to be some surveillance in there. It just seemed like it would be interesting to have brought up for everyone to hear.
It was all
Yeah.
being run on that terminal that he was trying to get plugged into.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, that went about as well as it could have from a lot of perspectives. So.
A man died. And then
Yep.
another man died.
And the rest of them made it out. So I'll take it.
I'm glad we saved Butler.
Yeah, that's what Quentin specifically promised the captain to make decisions that would get him home. That was my
Butler
call.
doesn't know his life was ever a danger. He thinks he's still the most badass person on that rock.
So he nailed it. He's like, oh yeah. Did you see how I nailed that guy? He went down like nothing. It was easy.
You didn't see it, but Butler's uniform is red. The color of security personnel.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure that detail would have been added as he was dead on the floor.
It's not just that his shirt is stained with blood. You see that he's part of security squad.
He's been red this whole time.
I want to give a shout out to Star Trek Lower Decks, by the way. Incredible show. So good.
I didn't think I was going to enjoy it,
Oh, it's
but
so
I'm
fun.
caught up now and I
Yeah.
really like it.
It's worth it.
The last episode was 30% about security and was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Keisan doing the Naruto ninja run was incredible. I was reading on because I saw it happen and I was like, Naruto run. And then I read on the forums on Reddit and they were like, his voice actor is a huge Naruto fan, and also that species only speaks in memes and allegories, and the Naruto run is a meme. So it makes sense that for his people, they would run Naruto run style. Shaka when the walls fell.
That's beautiful. Oh, is it literally that species from that?
Yes, it's that species.
Oh my god.
It's incredible because other members of the crew have picked up on his slang and say it now.
That's amazing. All right, I'll have to give it a shot.
It's I went in with low expectations and I was blown away. I've had a great time watching
It's incredible.
Nice. I've been watching through Invasion on Apple TV there.
Oh, Apple TV. Ooh.
I mean, look, I don't pay for it, so it's all right.
Okay, yeah, good enough then. Good enough then.
I
I remember the day when everything was available on Netflix. That was like the golden age.
That's why I felt like I had to finish.
But it's
Cowboy
alien
Bebop.
invasion stuff. I mean, it's fun. It's true.
Cowboy Bebop.
But you did.
Cowboy Bebop.
It goes away and
You promised that you would circle
19
back
days.
to it, AP.
Sorry, what did I say? I'd circle back to? Oh, Cowboy Bebop. It's just not as good as people say it is. They're like, this is a giga brain. There are some amazing parts of it, like and this one part. I don't like a lot of what happened in the live action. This one part is the best part, which is the bounty hunter announcers who are like the two cowboys, like Cowboy Chick and Cowboy Guy, who are like, looks like we got another live one for $10,000. I'm like, the live action version was like a 1-for-1, and even better, it was like a 1-for-2. I was like, ooh, this is good. Like everything else about this live action series is fucking garbage.
Yeah,
And it's amazing because the three main actors did such an incredible job of being their characters, and were handed the worst script in existence and a terrible supporting cast and an awful storyline. And I was like, this woman, that is Faye for me. Like, she has completely inhabited the character as a total psychopath.
That's awesome. I feel like that's what I've seen with a ton of adaptations like that, though, the live adaptation wise, right? Like the actors buy into the characters really well and they do a great job. And then the writing just cannot back it up.
I haven't ever seen any One Piece, and I'm told that the Netflix One Piece is surprisingly good. So I may give it a shot. Now, for those of you that don't know what One Piece is, it's been running for like 20 years and has over 1,000, episodes. So you're never catching up. It's just not possible. You may be better off watching the live action.
For those of you who enjoy binging but want to ever avoid the sadness of knowing you're done, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
Instead, you could binge APGamingREAL, almost 10 years of content, 4+ hours a week. Hey, I'm catching up on Dungeons and Daddies. I'm on like episode 16, season 2.
You're gonna pass me soon.
I don't understand why you think I wouldn't like Scary Marlowe. Scary Marlowe is easily the best character by far.
I think she's great. Yeah,
she's amazing. Ron Sampler, though, I would throw through a wall. I hate Ron Sampler so much.
Every time I hear that name, it throws me for a loop because it's incredibly close to a person that I like, a name I know in real life. That I was like,
let me be really clear. The reason I hate Ron Sampler is because he's the kind of character that walks up to his stepson and goes, "I fucked your mom." This is an adult man speaking to a teenager. And that was never recoverable for me for that moment.
Fair.
That kind of really stupid behavior haunted them until basically the final 2 arcs of the show, where they finally got their shit together. And the person playing the character was like, what if I played a human being instead of a wispy caricature of a dumbass?
It's an emotionally caricature of a dumbass. is a Victorian level insult, is what I'm saying. That's so
I
bravo
hate
to
Ron
you.
Stampler. I hate him so much.
But that hate has inspired poetry. So you know.
I've never hated a D&D actual play character as much as I've hated him.
That's that's
Oh,
amazing.
jeez. Wow.
I
Good.
really
Let it
like his
flow.
player, but Beth also, when given the option to be Ron Stampler, is a jackass. He literally is holding up someone's dead father's head and goes, "Who's your daddy now?" And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is damaged behavior. This is something a damaged person does.
I think she wanted to take that back, but the damage was done.
The damage was done, and you know what? I thought she was going to get away with it forever, and it came back in the final arc. In the final arc, someone's like, "Hey, remember when you did this exact thing?" And the kid goes, "Wait, I didn't hear what you said at that moment. That's what you said? You said, who's your daddy? You're holding my dead father's head?" Hey, God.
That was such a great callback.
I haven't been sure, but this conversation has made me decide to watch
No,
this.
I'll give it a shot.
It is incredible, honestly. For this show, a show about family, I'll never be able to approach someone, the DM being able to act like both a jackass teenager and as a grandfather at the same time.
I think most people that almost everyone I've suggested the show to has loved it when they started watching it.
Yeah.
And about half of them have joined the Patreon to get like some of the other stuff they do.
I'm going to get fully through and then I'll join the Patreon to get the other stuff. You know, one time deal.
Fair.
Sorry, what's the name of the Star Wars one?
I wasn't sure if you wanted to say that.
Listen, it's well known that in the Star Wars universe, jizz is a type of band music.
It's called All That Jizz.
All That Jizz, yes. Of course. That's the one I'm looking forward to watching.
They talk about that one a lot. Like, it's the funniest thing they've ever done. And it's such a good teaser because I really want to know about it, but I haven't joined the Patreon. So.
Some jokes just write themselves. You can't help it.
Yeah.
All That Jizz. Listen, you can't have a Star Wars
I'm a child.
podcast and not talk about jizz bands. That's all there is to it. All right. I've done it. We've all done it. Anyone who has an actual play. Just wondering, you know, you want to blast your clue horn while you're playing jizz. That's, listen, George Lucas wrote this personally. All right.
He did.
There's a lot of Star Wars no longer canon that was written by random jackasses who could buy the license for pennies. Clue horn, blasting your clue horn to jizz, not one of them. That's a George Lucas original, right alongside midichlorians.
I feel like Ludemann's got to skip listening to Dungeons and Dragons and just go right to the Patreon to listen to this episode.
Yeah, he wants the jizz.
Man.
Like I said, it's too easy, and I'm a child.
Oh boy.
I apologize to our female audience
Well,
once again.
I mean, we're on 29 now, and we've only really gone on these sprees twice. I think we're doing pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's not okay. I'm not sure that's a good record. We've only acted like children twice.
Well,
It's better than
maybe not that. But
We should give that warning for that one person who listens to everything out loud, so their spouse has to listen.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, of course.
Content warning.
Last time I did
Just
that,
a good old jizz warning in this video.
Trigger warning.
I did get a message saying, like, AP, you really should, even jokingly, you shouldn't be accusing, getting people to abuse each other. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to do that joke again. I want to, though. I want to really badly. You would not believe how much I want to.
Man.
We're gonna be gone for a whole fucking month, guys.
It's a bummer.
We won't be
And
back until the
16th,
end of
23rd.
October, if that.
Yeah.
Like October 30th, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Wake me up when October ends. I'm reaching on that one. Don't laugh.
No, but
Don't laugh. That was a real reach. It's not worth your pity.
I mean, it's an acceptable segue. Like, there's your outro.
Make sure to write down all your notes about what you want to do next, like sell a junk stealth shuttle with no papers and no spike drive.
Good thing that we have a contact with a guy who's interested in weird things. I don't know.
I don't think if we decide to sell it whole, I don't think we have a shortage of people who would be interested in having it.
It's a massive salvage / shipyards where people come to buy or scrap ships. Seems solid. It's, in fact, probably the best location to sell the ship.
Who took ownership of the other 5 shuttles?
Last time I checked, MINERVA is flying the dead people shuttles
Yeah.
around.
Those are now our... No.
Do you want to claim all of those ships as salvage?
Just
Those-
Minerva.
Because remember,
Gwen didn't say anything about it. He said the
Those
stealth
ship-
shuttle.
video
I mean,
of those
Law
ships
of the
is
Sea,
what's on
you
the
have
conspiracy
Rexford-
boards.
You have rescued ships in distress.
Yeah.
All right. The captains are no longer capable of responding. You can claim them as legitimate sea salvage.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Think about it, McClay. We could salvage 6 ships in one episode.
McClay, yeah, that's right. McClay, you tell us. What should we
Hey.
do?
McClay 8. Congratulations on getting
Yeah,
married.
congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out. That's
This whole
exciting.
show is just for you, buddy. You're literally our only viewer. I apologize to the rest of our viewers for that.
The rest of our McClays, yeah.
Yeah.
McClay
yes.
1 through 7.
In the future, that is what viewers are known as. McClay 8s. It's just a term people use. Like how goodbye actually means God be with you, but they decided to shorten it.
Evolution.
What could McClay 8 mean? We might never know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it here, guys. We'll see ya, Space Cowboy. Gunshot noise.